Everybody, thanks for joining me today. If you're watching this video, it's probably because you want to learn how to create an aged black metal finish. So today I'm going to run you through how to create that at home, and we're going to be using the two new releases from the Artisan company, After Midnight and Kingfisher Secrets. I'm super excited about these releases because it is going to open a new realm of possibilities. It's going to mean that you're going to be able to create a black metal finish on pretty much any surface you like in a matter of minutes. So today we're going to do something a little bit creative and a little bit bespoke. We're going to do a black metal finish, but in an aged kind of varied style. It's a look that's really versatile. It can suit industrial style homes, it can suit classic contemporary style homes, right through to French country style homes. It's a lot of fun to do, and I thought it would be quite cool to grab something like a plastic pot that we all recognise. It's that pot that you go out and buy because it's really good value, and then after a while you go, I don't really like it, don't like the way that it looks, it does look plastic. So grabbing something like that and turning it into a really beautiful aged black metal. So you'll be able to watch that kind of transform in this video. I hope this video inspires you to reach out and create something beautiful and bespoke for your home. You can use this technique on pretty much any surface. So I'm talking things like decor, you know, lamp bases. It would look beautiful on a lamp base. You can do it on a door, you can do it on a wall, vases, whatever you want in terms of wanting to create an aged black metal finish. So I won't do too much talking. Let's get started. I'll talk you through the whole video, and at the end we should end up with a beautiful aged black metal pot. So here I've got my plastic pot, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to base coat it first with premium chalk paint. I'm using carbon black because it's a really great base for the After Midnight if you're looking to create a black metal look. And I'm just going to quickly do a quick coat. Carbon black, look at the coverage, it's so satisfying painting with carbon black. Keeping it quite smooth, I'm using a flat brush, not looking to create any major texture, just really looking to cover the surface with carbon black premium chalk paint. Now, you don't always have to base coat your item with premium chalk paint. Anything that's kind of challenging like plastic or melamine, anything that, you know, generally you wouldn't normally be able to paint, you want to use premium chalk paint as a base. So premium chalk paint pretty much sticks to anything, and the metallic alchemy system works in really well with the premium chalk paint. The premium chalk paint has just enough porosity, it's just porous enough to grab hold of that metallic alchemy and make it shine. So I painted recently, as an example, a clay pot, and we shared that on Instagram as a reveal for After Midnight. That was originally a clay pot, and I went straight over that. So going over a clay pot or a terracotta pot, you probably won't need to base it in premium chalk paint, and often those kind of surfaces actually look, once you're done, looks like cast iron, which is really cool. The other reason why you might base coat it in premium chalk paint is because the metallics are really a high premium product, and if you base coat it first in a complementing color with premium chalk paint, you'll use a lot less of the metallic. So that could be another reason why you use premium chalk paint as a base. I did a piece of furniture, a little table in After Midnight as well, and I went straight over that dark mahogany with it. So it's completely up to you. So the rule of thumb is that if it's a pretty challenging surface, you're probably best to base coat it with premium chalk paint first. Otherwise you can go straight over. If you're painting over metal in that, I would just generally go straight over. has really, really good coverage, as you can see. You only need one coat, even if it doesn't have, even if it's like covered by only like 80% or 90%, that's fine, because the metallic alchemy or the metallic concentrate will override everything else and fill the in-between gaps. So just one quick base coat of carbon black first. Okay, so there's my carbon black premium chalk paint over the plastic pot. It's all dry, or mostly dry. I can see a little bit of, it's a little bit damp just there, but I've run a hairdryer over most parts of it, and it's ready to go. So that's my carbon black on my plastic pot, ready for my metallic concentrate. To grab my illuminator and my after midnight metallic concentrate. So you want to give this a really good shake before you use it, at least 6 good shakes to disperse everything evenly through it. Then I'm going to grab my illuminator and I'm going to measure out 20 mils roughly in my Artisan beaker. I'm going to pour it out into my dish. The reason why I'm pouring it out into my dish is because it's much easier to clean the dish and get a green scrubby in and around it than it is the beaker. So I always use my beakers just for measuring my illuminator only, and then rinse it out straight away. I'm going to open up after midnight, and I'm going to add, for this finish, have a look at your measurements on your Artisan measuring spoons, and I'm measuring out a tad. So that's 1 tad, 2 tads, 3, and I want this to be quite strong, 4 tads. And then give it a really good mix. So you can see there that as I'm mixing, it's got a bit of body to it. So if I'm wanting something to be quite strong, then I definitely want to mix it with some body to it. Alright, so now I've got my pot and carbon black premium chalk paint. I'm going to pick up my mix that I created before with my spalter brush, and I'm just going to brush it on. And you just see it come to life straight away. And last section, I'm using my spalter brush because with metallics, if you use too firm of a brush, it's going to go a bit streaky. It's a very reflective product, so it needs a really lovely, soft, high quality brush to give you that kind of flawless metallic finish. So the spalter brush is really, really great when working with metallics. You can see, and it's going to dry looking like that. Now I'm just going to do the edges. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to dry. Okay, so I've left that to dry. With Metallic Alchemy range, if you can, leave it to dry naturally. I've actually hair dried this, and if you are hair drying it, you want to really move that hair dry around as you're drying to avoid any cracking. But normal dry time is about 5 to 10 minutes, so it's not long anyway. So if you are doing it at home, I would just go and have a cup of tea, come back, and it'll be dry. So that's it there, all dry. So it's really beautiful and reflective. Now we're going to add a few more colors to it. So I'm just going to quickly take a video of this finish so you can kind of see what after midnight looks like on carbon black without any other treatment to it. Right, so there's my after midnight pot. It's looking actually really beautiful, and if you like this look, you can stop here. But I thought I'd add a few more things to it so you can kind of see how that looks. I'm going to add 1 tad of illuminator to my dish, to 1 pinch of Artemis bronze, into my illuminator, and I'm just going to give that a little mix. And I'm just going to add this very sporadically here and there. Clean your spalter brush and then squeeze dry the bristles with a towel or a rag. It's okay if you use it damp, it's absolutely fine. So I'm just going to pick that up, and I'm just going to very, very lightly brush that on here and there, moving it around. Don't need a lot. Just using it to kind of highlight and detail some areas. So there you go. It's quite patchy, but that's okay. It's going to come back, pull together in the end. So I'm going to leave that to dry, and I'm going to wash my dish and my brush, and by then it should be dry. I'm going to add 1 tad of illuminator. Actually, let's make it 2 tads. To 1 dash of Kingfisher Secrets. Give it a really, really good mix. Pick it up with my brush, and again, just sporadically here and there. Predominantly kind of over where I placed the Artemis bronze, but also allowing some of the Artemis bronze to shine through as well. And then I'm just going to leave that to dry. That's it, all dry now. So you can kind of see, if I hold it up close, the Artemis bronze, the black, and a little bit of the Kingfisher through it. Now, at this point, don't worry if it's patchy, because we want it to be patchy. We want it to be varied. And we're going to knit it all together now by putting After Midnight back over the whole lot to just subdue it, to knock it back and make it more subtle and seamless and natural. So you can use your leftover after midnight mix, or if you have used it all up, you just need to mix yourself up some more. So I've got mine here. And all I'm going to do now is just very lightly brush it on, like so, and then I'm going to just rag it off. I'm going to grab a clean lint-free rag and just kind of rag it off. So you can see it's a little bit more subtle, a bit more subdued than what it was. It just kind of allows it to, I hope it's not too reflective, to blend in a little bit more. Same with the other side. So you can see it's quite patchy there. I'm going to brush on my After Midnight over the top of everything. Then I'm going to grab my rag and just rag it off. So that's it with the After Midnight over it. That's it without. Let's So you can see how more subtle it is. It's just what you like. If you like it more varied, then don't apply so much After Midnight on. And then once you're done, you leave it to dry. So just to finish off, is I'm going to run a little bit of my metallic glide on it. Now there's a whole video running me through the breakdown of metallic glide, so I won't get into it too much, but I've got on my finger here, warming it up. I'm just going to run it along there just to help frame it off. I think with metallic finishes, the more dimension, the more layers you create, the more beautiful and the more authentic it looks. Here's the end result. I've put some parsley in it and some mint in it, ready for photos. And you can see the pot, I put it in natural light. Well, it's inside, but the light's coming from the side. So you can see the varied metallic look. Absolutely stunning. So from a plastic pot to an aged black metal pot, quite industrial, quite French country, really interesting, multi-dimensional, and just such a great way to transform those plastic pots into something a little bit more luxurious, a little bit more designer, and takes little to no time. So you can see a little bit of the texture there on the surface, and that's created just through there. that's created with the premium chalk paint base. So don't worry too much when you're painting with premium chalk paint. A little bit of texture is absolutely fine. It adds to the end result. And you can see that organic movement of metallic colors. I'm just going to turn it around so you can see all four sides as well. Just move. So you can see it reflecting as I turn it. Each side is slightly different, and that's all part of it. My lemons are moving. And there we go, guys. A beautiful transformation. You've got the recipe, you know how. And if you end up doing this finish on anything at home, whether it be furniture, decor, lamp bases, doors, walls, whatever, make sure you send us some photos. We would absolutely love to see. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and catch you again next time.